The sun dipped low on the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink as the camp bustled with activity. Families gathered around flickering fires, their laughter and chatter mingling with the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. Amidst the joyful commotion, 2-year-old Max toddled after a colorful butterfly, his chubby legs carrying him further from the safety of his parents' watchful gaze. Max's father, Jack, tended to the campfire, carefully arranging the logs to ensure a steady flame for cooking their evening meal. His mother, Sarah, rummaged through the cooler, searching for the perfect ingredients to create a hearty stew. Max's older sister, Lily, sat cross-legged on a nearby log, engrossed in a book of fairy tales. As the butterfly fluttered just out of reach, Max giggled with delight, his tiny hands grasping at the air. The insect darted between the trees, and the toddler followed, his curiosity overwhelming any sense of caution. With each step, Max ventured deeper into the dense forest, the sounds of the camp fading behind him. Suddenly, the butterfly vanished from sight, and Max found himself alone in the unfamiliar surroundings. The towering trees cast long shadows across the forest floor, and the once inviting woodland noises now seemed ominous. Max's lower lip trembled as he realized he had wandered too far from his family. Back at the campsite, Sarah looked up from her task, a flicker of unease passing over her face. "Jack, where's Max?" she asked, her eyes scanning the area for her youngest child. Jack glanced up from the fire, his brow furrowing. "He was just here a moment ago," he replied, rising to his feet. Lily looked up from her book, her eyes widening as she noticed her brother's absence. "Max," she called out, her voice laced with concern. As the family began their frantic search, calling Max's name and combing the nearby woods, the toddler wandered further into the forest, his small voice drowned out by the rustling leaves and chirping birds. With each passing minute, the shadows grew longer, and the once friendly forest turned into a labyrinth of uncertainty and fear. Max's tiny heart raced as he stumbled through the undergrowth, his cries for his parents echoing unanswered through the trees. The forest, once a place of wonder and adventure, now loomed over him like a menacing presence. Branches snatched at his clothes, and the uneven ground caused him to trip and tumble, his palms and knees bearing the evidence of his journey. As the sun slipped below the horizon, the fading light painted the forest in shades of gray and deep blue. The temperature dropped, and Max shivered, his lightweight summer clothing offering little protection against the encroaching chill. His tears flowed freely as exhaustion and fear took hold, his small body trembling as he huddled against the trunk of a massive oak tree. In the distance, the faint calls of his family drifted on the wind, but Max could no longer determine their direction. The toddler's eyelids grew heavy, his thumb finding its way to his mouth in a futile attempt to self-soothe. Just as he was about to succumb to the pull of sleep, a rustling in the nearby bushes jolted him back to alertness. Max's eyes widened as a massive figure emerged from the shadows, its form dwarfing the toddler. The creature, a bear with a coat of rich, dark brown fur, lumbered into the small clearing. Max froze, his breath caught in his throat as he waited for the inevitable, terrifying roar. But the roar never came. Instead, the bear approached with a surprising gentleness, its dark eyes filled with an almost human-like understanding. It lowered its massive head, sniffing at the frightened child. Max, too young to fully comprehend the danger, felt an inexplicable sense of comfort in the bear's presence. The bear nudged Max with its snout, the toddler's small hand instinctively reaching out to touch the soft fur. The contact seemed to create an unspoken bond between the two, a connection that transcended the boundaries of the human and animal worlds. With a soft grunt, the bear turned, its steps deliberate as it began to navigate the darkened forest. Max, driven by an instinct he could not yet understand, found himself following the bear, his small legs working to keep pace with the lumbering giant. As they ventured deeper into the woods, the bear became the toddler's guide and protector, an unlikely guardian in an uncertain world. As Max and the bear journeyed through the night-shrouded forest, the toddler's fear gradually gave way to a strange sense of security. The bear moved with purpose, its steps sure and steady as it navigated the uneven terrain. Max's small hand rested on the bear's flank, the warmth of its fur a comforting presence in the chill of the night. The bear seemed to possess an uncanny understanding of the forest, guiding Max away from treacherous drops and dense thickets that would have impeded the toddler's progress. It paused occasionally, its keen senses attuned to the surroundings, ensuring that no hidden dangers lurked in the shadows. As they walked, Max's exhaustion began to take its toll. His eyelids grew heavy, and his steps faltered. The bear, sensing the child's fatigue, slowed its pace. With a gentle nudge, it guided Max to a soft bed of moss at the base of a towering pine tree. Max curled up on the makeshift bed, his small body instinctively seeking comfort. The bear settled nearby, its massive form providing shelter from the cool night breeze. As the toddler drifted off to sleep, the bear kept a watchful eye, a silent sentinel guarding the child's slumber. Throughout the night, the forest came alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures. Owls hooted from their lofty perches, and the distant howls of wolves echoed through the trees. Yet, in the presence of the bear, Max remained undisturbed, his sleep deep and peaceful. As dawn approached, the bear gently nudged Max awake. The toddler blinked, his eyes taking in the soft light filtering through the canopy. For a moment, he forgot the events of the previous day, his mind still hazy with sleep. But as his gaze settled on the bear, the memories came flooding back. Max's lower lip trembled, tears welling up in his eyes as he thought of his family. The bear, sensing the child's distress, nuzzled him gently, its warm breath tickling Max's cheek. The gesture, so simple yet profound, brought a faint smile to the toddler's face. With a soft grunt, the bear rose to its feet, urging Max to follow. The toddler, trusting in his unlikely companion, took hold of the bear's fur once more. Together, they set off deeper into the forest, the bear's purpose still unknown to the child, but filled with an unspoken promise of discovery and wonder. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Max and the bear continued their journey through the dense forest. The bear moved with purposeful strides, its gait steady and unwavering. Max, his small legs working to keep up, marveled at the bear's strength and the way it seemed to navigate the wilderness with ease. The forest around them was alive with the sounds of birdsong and the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, dappling the forest floor in a patchwork of light and shadow. Max's eyes widened in wonder as he took in the beauty of his surroundings, his young mind struggling to process the vastness of the natural world. As they walked, the bear would pause occasionally, its keen senses attuned to the environment. It would sniff the air, its ears twitching as it listened for any signs of potential danger. Max, too young to fully comprehend the significance of these actions, simply trusted in his companion's guidance. The bear led Max to a bubbling stream, the clear water cascading over moss-covered rocks. The toddler's face lit up with delight as he splashed in the shallows, the cool water providing a welcome respite from the day's heat. The bear watched from the bank, its dark eyes filled with a gentle amusement. As they rested by the stream, Max's thoughts turned to his family. He missed the comforting embrace of his mother, the reassuring presence of his father, and the playful antics of his sister. Yet, in the company of the bear, he felt a strange sense of belonging, as if he had found a kindred spirit in the midst of the wilderness. The bear, sensing the shift in Max's mood, nuzzled the toddler gently. It was a gesture of comfort, a silent reassurance that the child was not alone. Max, his small hands clutching the bear's fur, found solace in the contact, his fears momentarily forgotten. As the day wore on, the bear continued to guide Max deeper into the forest. The toddler, his trust in his companion growing with each passing hour, followed without hesitation. Little did he know that the bear was leading him to a place of unimaginable beauty, a hidden sanctuary that would change the course of his journey and the lives of those he held dear. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a golden glow across the forest as Max and the bear trekked onwards. The bear's purposeful strides never faltered, its determination evident in the way it navigated the increasingly dense undergrowth. Max, his small legs growing tired, clung to the bear's fur for support, his trust in his companion unwavering. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, the forest around them began to change. The trees grew taller, their trunks wider and more gnarled. The air hummed with an energy that Max could not fully comprehend, a palpable sense of ancient wisdom and untamed power. The bear, its movements becoming more deliberate, led Max to a clearing bathed in a soft, ethereal light. The toddler's eyes widened in wonder as he took in the sight before him. Towering trees, their branches intertwined in a delicate dance, bordered a lush meadow carpeted in wildflowers of every hue. A gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of blooming flora, enveloping Max in a fragrant embrace. In the center of the clearing stood a majestic tree, its trunk so wide that it would have taken a dozen grown men to encircle it. The tree's canopy seemed to touch the sky, its leaves shimmering in the fading light like 1,000 emerald stars. Max, drawn to the tree by an inexplicable force, took a tentative step forward. The bear, its dark eyes filled with a knowing gaze, watched as the toddler approached the ancient tree. Max's small hand reached out, his fingers brushing against the rough bark. In that moment, a surge of energy coursed through his body, a tingling sensation that started at his fingertips and spread throughout his entire being. Images flooded Max's mind, flashes of the forest's history and the countless generations of creatures that had called it home. He saw the changing of the seasons, the cycle of life and death that played out in an endless dance. He felt the heartbeat of the earth, the pulsing rhythm that connected all living things. As the visions faded, Max turned to the bear, his eyes wide with a newfound understanding. The bear, its gaze soft and knowing, nodded slowly. It was as if a silent communication had passed between them, a shared recognition of the profound connection they had forged. With a gentle nudge, the bear urged Max to explore the clearing, to immerse himself in the wonders that surrounded them. The toddler, his heart filled with a sense of awe and reverence, complied without hesitation. As he wandered among the wildflowers and marveled at the beauty of the ancient tree, Max felt a deep sense of belonging, a connection to something far greater than himself. As Max explored the enchanted clearing, the bear kept a watchful eye, its presence a constant source of comfort and protection. The toddler's laughter rang out through the meadow as he chased butterflies and plucked delicate wildflowers, his earlier fears and exhaustion forgotten in the midst of such wonder. The bear, its movements graceful despite its massive size, joined Max in his play. It lumbered alongside the toddler, its dark eyes sparkling with amusement as Max attempted to mimic its gait. The two formed an unlikely pair, the small child and the great bear, their bond growing stronger with each passing moment. As the day drew to a close, the bear led Max to a sheltered spot beneath the ancient tree. The toddler, his eyelids heavy with fatigue, curled up against the bear's warm flank. The bear, its body providing a comforting presence, watched over the child as he drifted off to sleep. In the depths of slumber, Max's dreams were filled with visions of the forest and the incredible journey he had undertaken. He saw his family, their faces etched with worry as they searched for him. Yet, even in his dreams, Max felt a sense of peace, a knowing that he was exactly where he was meant to be. As dawn broke over the clearing, Max awoke to find the bear already alert, its keen senses attuned to the stirring of the forest. The toddler, his trust in his companion absolute, followed the bear as it led him towards a new destination. The bear guided Max through a series of winding paths, each turn revealing new wonders. They passed by bubbling streams and towering rock formations, the forest a never-ending tapestry of beauty and mystery. Max, his mind filled with questions and his heart brimming with excitement, marveled at each new discovery. As they journeyed deeper into the wilderness, the bear's purpose became increasingly clear. It was leading Max to a place of great significance, a sanctuary that held the key to understanding the profound connection between the forest and all those who called it home. With each step, Max felt a growing sense of anticipation, a knowledge that he was on the cusp of something extraordinary. The bear, its movements filled with a quiet determination, pressed onward, guiding the toddler towards a revelation that would change the course of his life and the lives of those he held dear. The bear led Max through a dense thicket, the branches parting like a curtain to reveal a hidden grove nestled deep within the heart of the forest. The air hummed with an energy that Max could feel in his very bones, a pulsing rhythm that seemed to emanate from the earth itself. As they entered the grove, Max's eyes widened in wonder. Before him stood a circle of ancient trees, their trunks so wide that they seemed to touch the sky. In the center of the grove, a crystal-clear pool reflected the dappled sunlight, its surface shimmering like a mirror. The bear, its movements filled with reverence, approached the pool. It lowered its head, its snout skimming the surface of the water in a gentle caress. Max, drawn to the pool by an inexplicable force, followed suit. As the toddler's fingers touched the water, a ripple of energy surged through his body. The world around him seemed to fade away, replaced by a vision of breathtaking clarity. Max saw the forest as it had been long ago, a vast and untamed wilderness teeming with life. He saw the generations of creatures that had called this place home, their stories woven into the very fabric of the land. The vision shifted, and Max found himself looking upon his own family. He saw their faces etched with worry and exhaustion as they searched for him, their love and determination a palpable force. The toddler's heart ached with a sudden longing, a desire to be held in his mother's arms once more. As the vision faded, Max turned to the bear, his eyes brimming with tears. The bear, its gaze soft and understanding, nuzzled the child gently. It was as if the creature could sense the toddler's thoughts, the unspoken yearning that filled his heart. With a gentle nudge, the bear urged Max to look once more into the pool. The toddler, his trust in his companion unwavering, complied. This time, the vision that greeted him was one of hope and promise. Max saw his family, their faces alight with joy and relief as they held him in their embrace. He saw the forest, its beauty and wisdom shared with all those who ventured within its bounds. The toddler saw a future in which humans and nature existed in harmony, a world where the magic of the wilderness was cherished and protected. As the vision faded, Max felt a renewed sense of purpose, a knowledge that his journey had been more than a simple wandering. The bear, its eyes filled with a quiet wisdom, stood by his side, a silent guardian and guide. Together, Max and the bear turned from the pool, their steps filled with a newfound determination. They had witnessed the power of the forest, the profound connection that existed between all living things. Now, it was time to share that knowledge with others, to forge a new path towards understanding and unity. As Max and the bear emerged from the hidden grove, the forest around them seemed to hum with a newfound energy. The trees whispered secrets on the breeze, their leaves rustling in a language that only the most attuned could understand. The toddler, his mind filled with the visions he had witnessed, walked with a sense of purpose, his small hand resting on the bear's flank. The bear led Max through the forest, its strides purposeful and unwavering. The toddler, his steps growing more confident with each passing moment, followed without hesitation. They navigated the winding paths and dense underbrush, the bear's keen senses guiding them through the wilderness with ease. As they walked, Max's thoughts turned to his family and the worry they must be feeling. He longed to be back in their arms, to share with them the incredible journey he had undertaken. Yet, even as his heart ached for their presence, he knew that his time with the bear was not yet at an end. The bear, sensing the toddler's mixed emotions, paused in its stride. It turned to Max, its dark eyes filled with a gentle understanding. The creature lowered its head, nuzzling the child's cheek with its soft fur. The gesture, so simple yet profound, brought a smile to Max's face, his worries temporarily forgotten. With renewed determination, Max and the bear continued their trek through the forest. They passed by towering oaks and delicate wildflowers, each sight a reminder of the beauty and resilience of the natural world. The toddler marveled at the way the sunlight danced through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. As the day wore on, the bear led Max to a small clearing, its edges lined with berry-laden bushes. The toddler's eyes widened with delight as he reached for the plump, juicy fruit. The bear, its own hunger evident, joined Max in his feast, the two companions sharing a moment of simple joy amidst the vastness of the wilderness. With their hunger satisfied and their spirits lifted, Max and the bear resumed their journey. The toddler, his mind filled with questions and wonderment, chattered away to his companion, his words a curious mix of childish observations and profound insights. The bear listened patiently, its presence a constant source of comfort and reassurance. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the bear guided Max to a sheltered spot beneath a sprawling evergreen. The toddler, his eyelids heavy with fatigue, curled up against the bear's warm flank. The creature, its watchful gaze never wavering, stood guard over the sleeping child. In the depths of slumber, Max's dreams were filled with visions of the future, a world in which humans and nature existed in perfect harmony. He saw his family, their faces alight with wonder as they explored the beauty of the forest. The toddler saw a path forward, a way to bridge the gap between the wilderness and the world he had always known. As dawn broke over the forest, Max awoke with a renewed sense of purpose. The bear, its own determination mirroring that of the child, stood ready to guide him towards the final leg of their incredible journey. Together, they set out once more, their destination clear and their hearts filled with hope. The bear led Max through a series of winding trails, each turn revealing new wonders and challenges. They forded rushing streams and climbed rocky inclines, the toddler's small legs working tirelessly to keep up with his companion's purposeful strides. Through it all, Max's trust in the bear never wavered, his faith in their shared purpose a guiding light amidst the wilderness. As they crested a small hill, the bear paused, its keen senses alert to a change in the forest's rhythm. Max, his own senses attuned to the bear's reactions, followed its gaze, his eyes widening in surprise at the sight that greeted them. In the distance, a thin column of smoke rose above the treetops, its presence a stark contrast to the untamed beauty of the forest. Max's heart leapt with sudden recognition, a knowledge that the smoke signaled the presence of his family, the ones he had longed to be reunited with. The bear, its dark eyes filled with a mix of pride and sadness, turned to Max. It was as if the creature understood the significance of the moment, the bittersweet realization that their time together was drawing to a close. Max, his small hand resting on the bear's snout, gazed into his companion's eyes. In that moment, a silent understanding passed between them, a recognition of the profound bond they had forged amidst the wild beauty of the forest. With a gentle nudge, the bear urged Max forward, its steps heavy with the weight of their impending separation. The toddler, his own heart filled with a mix of excitement and sorrow, followed his companion's lead, each step bringing him closer to the world he had left behind. As they approached the edge of the forest, the sound of familiar voices drifted on the breeze. Max's heart raced with anticipation, his small body trembling with the force of his emotions. The bear, its presence a steadfast comfort, remained by his side, a silent guardian until the very end. With a final, gentle nuzzle, the bear turned to Max, its dark eyes filled with a depth of understanding and love that transcended the boundaries of language. The toddler, his own eyes brimming with tears, wrapped his arms around the bear's neck, his small form dwarfed by the creature's massive size. In that moment, as Max and the bear stood at the threshold of two worlds, a profound realization settled upon them both. Their journey, though brief in the grand scheme of things, had forged a bond that would last a lifetime. The bear had shown Max the true meaning of courage, resilience, and the unbreakable connection between all living things. As the voices grew louder and the smoke source drew nearer, Max reluctantly released his hold on the bear. The creature, its own heart heavy with the weight of their parting, took a step back, its dark eyes never leaving the toddler's face. With a final, whispered thank you, Max turned towards the direction of the voices, his small legs carrying him forward with a newfound sense of purpose. The bear, its mission complete, watched as the toddler disappeared into the brush, a sense of pride and love swelling within its chest. And though their paths had diverged, Max and the bear both knew that their bond would endure, a testament to the power of the wild and the profound connection that existed between all creatures, great and small. Max burst through the underbrush, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and exhaustion. The voices, now so close he could almost reach out and touch them, called his name with a desperation that tore at his young heart. As he stumbled into the clearing, Max found himself engulfed in a sea of familiar arms, his family's tears mingling with his own as they held him close. His mother, her face streaked with dirt and worry, peppered his face with kisses, her relief palpable in every touch. Max's father, his strong arms wrapped around them both, murmured words of comfort and love, his voice hoarse with emotion. Lily, Max's sister, clung to his hand, her small face alight with joy at the sight of her beloved brother. As the initial shock of their reunion began to fade, Max's family turned their attention to the forest, their eyes searching for any sign of the bear that had guided their son home. But the creature, its presence now a distant memory, had vanished into the depths of the wilderness, its purpose fulfilled. Max, his young mind brimming with the incredible tale of his journey, began to share his story with his family. He spoke of the bear's gentle guidance, the wonders of the hidden grove, and the profound connection he had felt to the wild beauty of the forest. At first, his family listened with a mix of disbelief and awe, their minds struggling to comprehend the extraordinary nature of Max's experience. But as the toddler continued, his words filled with a wisdom beyond his years, they began to understand the true significance of his journey. In the days and weeks that followed, Max's story spread throughout the community, his tale of the bear and the forest becoming the stuff of legend. People marveled at the toddler's courage and the profound bond he had forged with the wild, their hearts stirred by the message of unity and respect that lay at the heart of his experience. As the community began to reflect on their own relationship with the natural world, a subtle shift began to take place. People started to view the forest not as a resource to be exploited, but as a sacred place to be cherished and protected. Small acts of kindness and reverence for the wild began to ripple through the town, each one a testament to the power of Max's story. Gardens sprang up in empty lots, their blooms a vibrant reminder of the beauty and resilience of nature. Community projects focused on preserving the forest and its inhabitants, a collective effort to honor the profound connection between humans and the wild. And through it all, Max remained a beacon of hope and inspiration, his young heart filled with the wisdom of the bear and the forest. He knew that his journey had been more than a simple tale of survival, but a powerful reminder of the unbreakable bond that existed between all living things. As the years passed and Max grew into a young man, his connection to the wild remained a constant presence in his life. He would often venture into the forest, his steps retracing the path he had once walked with the bear, each visit a reminder of the profound truths he had learned in the heart of the wilderness. And though he never saw the bear again, Max knew that their bond endured, a testament to the power of the wild and the profound connection that had changed his life and the lives of all those he held dear. For in the end, Max's journey had not only transformed him, but had also awakened a sense of wonder and respect for the natural world in the hearts of his community. And as the town continued to grow and change, the legacy of the bear and the forest remained a constant reminder of the magic and wisdom that lay waiting for all those who dared to venture into the wild, their hearts open to the profound truths that nature had to offer. As Max shared his incredible tale with his family and the community, the impact of his journey began to ripple outwards like the gentle waves of a lake. The townspeople, once so focused on their daily routines and the demands of modern life, found themselves drawn to the young boy's story, their hearts stirred by the profound truths he had uncovered in the heart of the wilderness. In the days that followed Max's return, the community gathered in the town square, their faces alight with curiosity and wonder. Max, his small form perched atop a wooden crate, recounted his adventure with the bear, his words painting a vivid picture of the hidden grove, the crystal-clear pool, and the profound connection he had felt to the wild beauty of the forest. As the townspeople listened, their eyes wide with amazement, a subtle shift began to take place within their hearts. They began to see the forest not as a mere resource to be exploited, but as a sacred place, a living entity that deserved their respect and protection. Inspired by Max's story, the community began to take small steps towards embracing the wisdom of the wild. They planted gardens in empty lots, their hands working the soil with a newfound reverence for the earth. They organized nature walks and camping trips, their feet carrying them deep into the heart of the forest, where they could experience firsthand the magic and wonder that Max had described. As the weeks turned into months, the town began to transform. Its streets lined with blooming flowers and its buildings adorned with murals depicting the beauty of the natural world. The once bustling factories and shops began to adopt sustainable practices, their owners recognizing the importance of preserving the delicate balance of the ecosystem. And at the center of it all was Max, his young heart filled with the wisdom of the bear and the forest. He became a symbol of hope and inspiration, a reminder of the profound connection that existed between humans and the wild. As Max grew older, his bond with the forest only deepened. He would spend hours exploring the hidden trails and secret groves, his senses attuned to the whispers of the wind and the gentle rustling of leaves. And though he never saw the bear again, he could feel its presence in every step he took, a silent guardian watching over him from the depths of the wilderness. Years passed, and Max became a young man, his heart still filled with the wonder and wisdom of his childhood journey. He dedicated his life to preserving the beauty and integrity of the forest, his voice a powerful advocate for the rights of all living things. Under Max's guidance, the community established a nature reserve, a vast expanse of pristine wilderness that would forever remain untouched by the hands of man. They built a visitor center at the edge of the reserve, its walls adorned with images and stories of Max's journey, a testament to the power of the wild and the profound impact one small boy had on the world. As visitors from far and wide flocked to the reserve, eager to experience the magic and wonder of the forest for themselves, Max would often lead them on guided tours, his words painting a vivid picture of the hidden grove and the crystal-clear pool that had changed his life so many years ago. And always, at the end of each tour, Max would share the most important lesson of all, that the wild was not a separate entity, but a fundamental part of the human experience, a reminder of the profound connection that existed between all living things. As the years passed and Max grew old, his legacy continued to inspire generations of young minds. The story of the bear and the forest became a cherished part of the town's history, a reminder of the magic and wonder that lay waiting for all those who dared to venture into the wild. And though Max eventually passed on, his spirit remained a constant presence in the town, a guiding light for all those who sought to live in harmony with the natural world. The nature reserve became a place of pilgrimage, a sacred space where people could come to connect with the profound truths that Max had uncovered so many years ago. For in the end, Max's journey had not only transformed him, but had also awakened a sense of wonder and respect for the wild in the hearts of all those who heard his story. And as the town continued to thrive and grow, the legacy of the bear and the boy remained a constant reminder of the magic and wisdom that lay waiting for all those who dared to open their hearts to the whispers of the wild. Years turned into decades, and the story of Max and the bear became the stuff of legend, passed down from generation to generation like a precious heirloom. The town, now a thriving hub of ecotourism and sustainable living, became a model for communities around the world, a shining example of what could be achieved when humans and nature work together in harmony. And at the heart of it all, the spirit of Max and the bear endured, a testament to the unbreakable bond between a small boy and a wild creature, and the profound impact their connection had on the world. For in the end, Max's journey had not only changed the course of his own life, but had also set in motion a ripple of transformation that would continue to shape the town and its people for generations to come. And as the community continued to evolve and grow, the legacy of the bear and the boy remained a constant reminder of the magic and wonder that lay waiting for all those who dared to listen to the heartbeat of the wild. Max's story, now a cherished part of the town's folklore, served as a beacon of hope and inspiration for all those who found themselves lost in the wilderness of their own lives. It was a reminder that, no matter how dark or uncertain the path may seem, there was always a way forward, a guiding light that could lead us back to the truth of who we are and the profound connection we share with the world around us. And so, as the years turned into centuries and the town continued to thrive and grow, the spirit of Max and the bear remained a constant presence, a guardian of the wild and a reminder of the magic and wonder that lay waiting for all those who dared to open their hearts to the whispers of the forest. For in the end, the story of Max and the bear was not just a tale of adventure and survival, but a powerful reminder of the unbreakable bond that exists between all living things and the profound impact that one small act of courage and compassion can have on the world. As the sun set over the town, casting a golden glow across the rooftops and the distant hills, the spirit of Max and the bear smiled down upon the community they had helped to create, a living testament to the enduring power of love, hope, and the wild beauty of the world we all share. End of story.